Merry Wednesday and welcome to Random Packet Loss. My name is Kieran Maxey and today we'll be watching some games from the Huddersfield Regional at IQ Games, a fantastic store, had a lovely, well-run tournament, gave us bottles of water, just fantastic. But anyway, so this regional turns out to be of note in hindsight because it is the last regional before the MW, the new Most Wanted list was announced, which of course completely changed the metagame, mostly by severely nerfing the Dumble Fork and NBN. But we're not going to talk about that today because today we have John on the left playing Noise and Andrew on the right playing Gagarin, whatever. So we are going to get first turn installing a turtlebacks, seems reasonable, and it's all remotes. Seems pretty standard, given Gagarin's ability is the whenever you have to pay credits to access cards and remote servers, which effectively just increases the trash cost of everything by 1. So it makes playing horizontally a good plan. And Noise is going to struggle here because he doesn't generally have a lot of money, certainly not at the start of the game. So, so here we've got a Mumba Temple. To res hostile infrastructure. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what sort of deck he's running here. Clearly he's got a lot of asset defense going on, but yeah, it's interesting to see if he goes down a death route. But yes, Noise getting an Aesop's down, which is a key piece of the Noise rig, but really want to see a wild side at this point. So we're getting just more installs and draws. Gagarin looking in a good place. So I've just overheard that there are 54 cards in total in Andrew's deck, which means that he's a naughty museum player by the sounds of it. Of course, this is before Museum was made unique, so that's going to be fun. But anyway, so we're getting Lamprey. So this is going to be quite good for Noise because he can just completely stop. I just really ruin Andrew's economy here, but CVS. So never mind. That is incredibly lucky for Andrew. And Stone's going to play a Knife Had Worse. We're having a bit of a dispute here. Not a dispute, but basically, because John trashed the CVS, he has to take a hostile damage. So, but no, it doesn't change much. Just trash and injects, then play I've Had Worse. And yeah, it's hard to really say at this point. I mean, I think if Noise gets set up, then he's in a very good position. Gagarin is, doing its thing, but my problem with these decks is how do they win? Like, you don't have any Astros or anything. He's clearly got some museum nonsense going on. I don't know if this could very well be Hot Tubs. I don't know. I can't remember if Hot Tubs plays hostile infrastructure or not. It's too influent, and it does seem kind of tight. But yeah, we're just seeing some more assets. Yeah, Noise does not like museum decks really, and not seeing Wildside yet is just brutal for Noise. He's going to get a Deja Vu, I reckon. So he's going to take the Lamprey back, I imagine, and maybe a Cash. Yep, Cash. Wait, is he not getting a second one? Has he forgotten that you can get 2 viruses with I've Had Worse? Unless he did take the Lamprey and I just wasn't paying attention. He must have taken the lamprey because he just played one. I mean, so yeah, he's gonna just lamprey down. This is probably the best plan that he has against these sort of lateral decks. And there's a Scorched Earth, so that's definitely on the table there. That's probably Andrew's win condition here. Don't see why he accessed there, but what clearly wasn't anything worth anything. So gonna get. Oh, so he's gonna use a tech startup to get out another member temple. I was slightly surprised not to see a. Oh no, sorry, that is a Museum of History. I am still slightly surprised to not see Mumbai City Hall here, because if you place Mumbai City Hall, then you can just get it out. Okay, I don't think this is correct. He's just used Tech Startup to get Museum of History, then used Museum to shuffle something in. I'm pretty sure that's you can't do that, because by the time you when you trigger Tech Startup, that's your start of turn actions triggers happened. You can't then res things to then trigger start of turn things. So I'm pretty sure that's a rules misplay there, but it's okay. We forgive you, Andrew. But yeah, it looks like. So we've got some ice now, and the whole kind of. I'm assuming this is some sort of prison lock deck. I feel like any deck which plays Museum of History is one. But, I mean, I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong. But, at any rate, Noise does just not have a chance to afford to trash these things. Certainly not until. Well, he can afford to use Imp, though. Okay, so he's running the hostile infrastructure, paying credit to access, and okay. Oh, because we've got another hostile infrastructure. This is just getting dire for John, but then again, you know, maybe if he just trashes the hostiles, he can just nail this down. Oh, he's just letting him have the hostiles. He's basically just saying at this point, I'm not trashing cards. Which I think is a mistake. I think you just have to suck it up and just start trashing, especially since you've already paid the credit. I mean, you've just installed an imp. I mean, what are you going to do? Not use it? But anyway, so we're getting another museum shuffle in. So yeah, getting a Jackson draw, just some more installs, just spamming them out. And so yeah, he's just going to sell the imp. Yeah, I'm slightly upset about that, to be honest, because yeah, it's kind of Noise is almost just throwing in the towel at this point. I don't know what you do as Noise here, apart from maybe just poke for essential accesses, but there's ice there. She can bears if there's like, I suppose you can parasite the ice and stuff like that, but yeah. So we're getting inject. Oh, interesting, same old thing in Noise, but at least there's that wild side at long last. That has been a long time coming, that wild side. So I imagine he's going to install that as soon as possible. It's kind of the Noise engine kind of requires it to just do anything. So yeah, that was click 1. So yeah, going to get the wild side installed. See if he's been holding on to Chronotype. No, it was a shame, but yeah. So it's just going to run archives. I mean, it's kind of you only bet really because oh, there's Jackson there anyway. But he's using it up. But the thing is with Museum is that if you mill an agenda, he's just going to shuffle it right back. So, also got Blacklist and Tour Guide. Blacklist could be problematic, especially since John's shown that he's not interested in trashing the hostiles. If John gets to the end of his deck and hasn't levied yet, then Andrew can just if you can install the blacklist, then they can just lock him out. Okay, so now we're using a tech startup to install Mumbai City Hall, and I think that's is that Commercial Bankers Group. I think that's the Wayland political asset. But yeah, so Mumbai City Hall's being on the table, so we're just about to get some even more degenerate nonsense. And yeah, it's I don't know what to say about these decks. Fortunately, the museum nerf does seem to help. I'm not a good enough player to know if this will completely eradicate prison decks, but you can just hope so. So yeah, here we go. So this is another thing which was recently fixed, the fact that you can use Mode City Hall, look at the top 3 cards, and if you like them, play Heritage Committee. It has now been, the rules have changed since then to say that you have to shuffle your deck before using Heritage, because otherwise that's bollocks. Alright, so so small install things. What is a noise to do in this situation? Let's gain ASOPs on the cash and wild side. It's important to note that you can choose to wild side before the ASOPs, so look at the cards before you sell the card. But I mean, I very much doubt anything that John saw there would have made him not want to sell the cash. So there's noise here. I guess you just run centrals, I guess, and just kind of hope that you just get some lucky access. Here he's installing a imp. Okay, it looks like he's just going for 2 mills, then run archives maybe. And then go for, well, he's forcing on the Jackson, but it's the first game as well, so you can't even just steal some points and then play for time. But this is just a very, very bad matchup for Noise. There's just not very much that you can do. I think he really had to imp the hostiles early and just try and trash some key assets. Because, for example, that Mumbai City Hall, you just cannot let that stay on the table. Like, it's such a bonkers card that it basically just allows Andrew just to do whatever he likes for the entire game. Because he can just use it to get a consulting visit, to play any event in your deck. You can use it to look at the top 3 cards and decide whether to use Heritage to draw basically whatever card you want. You can use it to install the temples and the museums and just completely lock you out. So here we go, here's a museum. Not museum, sorry, a temple again. So just Andrew has infinite money effectively. I don't know exactly what he's looking for here. I guess he's just going to... I think that the Hot Tubs decks, they start to just try and set up a Mobile Construction Corp. So Salem survived worse. I guess just setting up for the kill, maybe. Yeah, Seesaw, Scorch. Totally work. Yeah, at this point, you can just keep replaying Salem's forever. Just to remove all the cards from their hand. That's all I have to say to these decks. I'd say I'm really not a fan of the Mumbai City Hall Museum of History combo. I just think it allows you just to play too consistently in a way. It allows you to play all these really good cards out of your deck and then just shuffle them back in and just do that forever. And you can just very easily set it up so they can't trash them about City Hall, and even if you do, you just museum them back, and it's just almost impossible to just lock them out. It's just almost impossible just to stop them from having Mud City Halls. I say hopefully the museum nerf makes that easier to deal with, but shall see. So it looks like we're getting I think it's another Mud City Hall click. Oh no, that was a tech startup, so he's installed a blacklist. Okay, so he's bringing back Salem's Hospitality and a face down card. So you can just Salem's now forever. I don't know if he saw a levy in hand. Certainly Salem's levy, then Res blacklist would be brutal. If he's got levy in hand. Okay, so Mud City Hall. I guess well, go look at the top 3 cards, see if there's anything he wants, but I imagine you're going to see a Salem's here. Yep. So there's a Salem's for Deja Vu. Oh, that is just awful. Because he just gets to see his hand each time and then just pick his favourite card and just trash it out of hand. Okay, so yeah, just locking up this game. So yeah, just go raise the blacklist. So, I mean, he can trash it. If he wants to trash that, he has to take the 2 net damage, which he's already shown that he's not willing to do. So, John asking if that stops levy, and yes, it does. It's well, at this point, Andrew could just kind of sit back, just Salemsing every turn, and maybe just waiting to draw the Seesaw Scorch combo. I mean, we haven't seen a Plasqueet yet, and he's keeping on top of the I've had worses. So install sale thing, which isn't going to do anything until Blacklist is trashed. So we're getting down back Salem's on a face down card, so lots of shuffling this game. So I was going to use Mud City Hall. Just more Salem's, I presume. So I don't really know what to say about this game, really. It's prison decks doing their thing. It's just completely locked John out of basically any avenue of victory. And it can just sit there and durdle until it has the win, basically. I was expecting to see like a Mumbai Construction Corp already. Oh, more money. And then that's the term. It's not even that strong, it's just so slow. It's just taking, like, I don't know what exactly Andrew is working towards here. I mean, I must imagine there's a Seesaw Scorch involved. I guess maybe he's just waiting to draw it since he can't tutor for it except with, I guess, Consulting Visit, though that does take 2 clicks, so it does throw off the combo. Running HQ, seeing an assassin. Yeah, that's a nasty face check. don't know if he's. I guess you kind of have to Faust through it. Otherwise, you're just going to take 3 net damage anyway. And yeah, you might as well just break it with Faust. Gets to choose the cards. You don't want to lose Faust as well. There's nothing you can do if you lose Faust. Okay. So get the hopefully lucky access. There's the Sea Source. So it's been a successful run. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, and that's game. So, yay, win for Hot Tubs. That was not really, as I say, horrendously bad matchup for Noise. I'm not really sure what you do as Noise there. I think you have to be a bit more diligent about trashing things and just taking the hostile infrastructure to the face. There's nothing else you can do really there, but anyway, well played to both players, and I'll be back shortly with the second game. So yeah, I've been Kieran Maxey, it's been Brandon Packet Loss, and thank you for watching.